Hey everybody, Billy Watkins here with the Whole Package by Premier Packaging, the definitive podcast about the packaging industry, Premier and its people. And I am joined today by our Manager of Integration and Automation Services, Angel Ferrer. Say your name for me properly, because I can't do it.
Angel Ferrer.
Yeah, that sounds a lot better than when I do it, so thank you. Welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from.
I'm originally from Cuba. I moved to the U.S. when I was around 19.
Did you move straight to Louisville?
Yes, I've been in Louisville since then.
You like it here?
I like it. I wish I was in Florida.
Oh yeah. Well, really? I just got back from Florida. It was darn hot this time of year, but
Yeah.
You like the weather better there, the beaches, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's the preference. I was grown around that area. So.
Oh, okay. I got you. Something you're used to. So how did you get into the IT field?
At a very young age, I developed a passion for IT. So I got into a computer science career where I graduated with a bachelor's degree in computer science.
And from there, what did you do before you came, or did you come straight to Premier after that? Because you've been here for 12 years, right?
Yes. No, I was at a different company for a little bit, and then I moved to Premier.
Okay. How'd you start here? What was your role?
It was all a mere coincidence. I remember I was expecting a call back for a different job that I applied for, and in the meantime, I stopped by one of these staffing agencies and I was like, why not to apply for something else as well? So I applied and they tell me, do you want to start today? And here we are.
Wow. It was that quick.
Yes.
What do you think has kept you here for so long?
I think I would agree with pretty much everybody else. The culture is the number one thing. But another thing that has also, influenced me is the opportunity to learn, not just to grow your career. I think learning sets the base for what you're gonna do next, and there is a lot of coaching that happens at Premier and a lot of opportunities for you to continue learning something new at least every new year.
Growing, yeah. Expanding your abilities. How big is our IT department now? I have no idea. How many people?
I think it's about 15 to 16 of us right now.
Pretty close-knit group then?
Yes.
You all work together fairly. I mean, the ones that are here at Produce, they're in a tight little room and they're all just punching away at the keyboard, right?
Yeah, we're a pretty close team, and we try to gather together at least a couple of times a year to keep that energy going, because we work from all around the country.
Right. So. Is that a pretty good time, a party with IT people? Does it get
believe
wild?
It or not?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
All right, I like it. So you recently became manager of integration and automation services. Tell us a little bit about what that role entails and what a typical day looks like for you.
Yes, we recently expanded into the automation space. We were focused on integration first. A typical day, we'd meet with a lot of clients. We're, very service-oriented group. And when I say client, that means, the Premier business units, our IT peers, our customers,
right.
Our vendors, our software partners. So we try to streamline processes and find opportunities for integration and automation through those. Another thing we do is we have to build a strategy all the time, because we have very different verticals to apply to a specific solution. We do internal software integration, external software integration, B2B transactions integration, software automation, and data availability for reporting.
All of this to make our lives a little easier and the process smoother, faster, more efficient, right?
The final product is only the tip of the iceberg, is what I say.
And there's a lot more underneath, right?
Yeah. That's correct.
Has anyone looked into automating? And I'm sure AI could help with this. Maybe some deep fake stuff, but automating podcast hosting.
I wish that one and logging in into so many different systems, right?
There would be, oh yeah, and passwords and all of that sort of stuff. It's confusing. I can't remember now. I'm trying to think who in our IT security department is, and he has to hate me at this point, because I was getting a lot of sending a lot of emails that had employee information on it, temp information, and we have to send it to the customer so they can get in the building, sort of thing. And it's always got a field in it where it's just the last 4 digits of their social security number, right? And so in the email it says social security number, and I guess that's what gets held up in our system. And I mean, it's like every other day he was having to email me saying, could you please encrypt this? And I think I ended up just taking I just delete the social security number header, and it's fine. But yeah, anyways, you worked extensively with business to business integration and API development. I'm a goofball. What's API stand for?
So API is application.
Should I have not asked that question?
Yeah, let me go back. Application programming interface.
Application programming interface.
That
sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. But what's the biggest challenge in managing these integration projects?
I think, as I said before, we interact with, a wide variety of people and different business groups and technical groups. And, that always create dependencies on our projects. So we have to be very dynamic when we approach a project. We got to be able to manage multiple projects at the same time and be able to go back to the project that now has a deliverable and continue on that cadence. So I think that by far is probably our biggest challenge, just being able to be so dynamic all the time. What are the future solutions for that? I mean, what do you see down the road? I think as we evolve and expand more in our integration capabilities, we do a lot of reusability of components. So that allows us to be more proactive in the things that we're gonna work on, and get those answers beforehand, right? So the less dependencies you have out there, the smoother is the process to go forward. Right.
You've overseen a lot of system architecture and ERP implementations, enterprise resource planning. I got that one. They gave that one to me. They didn't do API. So how do you ensure smooth transitions when integrating these new systems into the existing architecture? Is it the biggest fear that you do? You flip a switch and everything goes down?
That fear is always there, but no, I think there's no secret to it. The first thing we do is investigation. We do planning. We focus a lot on training and communication with everybody involved. And I think that is the key to success. If people know what's going to happen, They can react. And if you stick to the plan, you can be successful as well.
How long do some of these things take? I mean, it's months and months of planning. You're looking out, a year from now, right?
Yes. So it all depends on the size of the application that is being integrated, or if it is within an existing application. So that can vary. There are projects that can take a year. There are projects that can be 2 months, or a month and a half.
Also, one of your skills, robotic process automation development. Tell us a little bit about RPA and how it's used at Premier.
Yes, so the RPA is, in its essence, is taking the heavy lifting from the human being that is doing a repetitive task. It's it's very black and white. You have to keep the processes well defined, standardized. It is very advanced because it gives you the option to handle different scenarios and exceptions. But that's in essence what an RPA does. It sits on top of the applications interface and starts doing the same action as if a human being was doing it.
Okay. So, you're telling me we probably can get a replacement for a podcast host then, with a robot. What do you see as the next big advancement in integration and automation technology, and where do you think Premier's headed in the next few years?
I think the number one thing out there is AI. And AI is very, very close to the integration world and the automation world. So I think that's where things are heading in the next few years. We have been blessed to have an application such as MuleSoft that is very well advanced in this industry, and they're always looking for the next big thing, and they're already planning and making adjustments for AI. When it comes to Premier packaging, right now, I see us, the way I see the future for Premier is spending on our data model and being able to exploit the AI world.
Right.
I always dream of, somebody being able to just interact with our system as if they were interacting with a friend.
Right. That's seamless. Does it excite you and scare you? Does it scare you more than, some people have dire warnings of AI, right?
Yes, that's why we're taking a very cautious approach to it, and waiting for things to level out before we really dive into it. But we're always worried about, security, and that's the very first thing we want to iron out before we can bring it to our clients.
So you've had a pretty long career in large-scale IT projects. What advice would you give to someone who's interested in this field, in project management, in the IT field?
I think one thing that happens quite often is that the IT project managers are very worried about the IT aspect of things, and so they tend to be very technical.
Right.
And to me, a key aspect of becoming a good IT project manager is understanding the business. What are the organization goals? If you can align with that, if you are able to translate the technical term to the business term and vice versa, you'll be able to really be successful in this career. And that's what I would tell somebody. Just don't box yourself into IT, even if you had the opportunity to, do a short time career within a business group. Don't be afraid to do it.
But you need the context of the business you're working in or for, yeah.
Absolutely.
Makes a lot of sense. What do you? I mean, when you're not plugging away IT wise and on projects, what do you do for fun? What do we?
I love playing soccer.
Okay.
So that's a every Friday activity. I like to get physical all the time, and that's one of my big passions. Is just playing soccer.
Have you played since you were a little kid?
Yes.
Did you play in high school, that sort of thing?
Yes.
Or, very nice.
I've never been great, but I love
That's why
playing.
you keep doing it, right? It's continual improvement.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Angel. Very nice to talk to you today. Good luck with everything we got going on, and keep us posted for the future, okay?
Thank you, and I appreciate you guys for having me.
Good deal. Until next time, I'm your host for the whole package by Premier Packaging, Billy Watkins, everybody. Angel Ferrer. Say it one more time.
Angel Ferrer.
Yeah, that's much nicer. Thanks, everybody. Until next time, bye-bye.
Do you have comments, questions, or ideas about this topic? If so, we'd like to hear from you. Please visit primpack.com/podcast to let us know what you think. Thanks.